Welcome back to the news today. In the American South, many today are getting a chance to bid a final farewell to blues legend B.B. King. Events are scheduled in Memphis and in his hometown of Indianola, Mississippi, where a viewing will be held on Friday. Meanwhile, B.B. King's two daughters still maintain their accusations that their father was poisoned. His estate has dismissed that as baseless. Autopsy results will take 6 to 8 weeks to come in. And with me right now on the line is Ronnie Peterson, premier blues and rock and roll guitarist and performer, performed with B.B. King. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining us.
Let me correct you again. It's Ronnie Peterson.
Peterson. I'm sorry. Ronnie Peterson.
Well, just so people know they have the right guy.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. Forgive me for spelling it wrong.
Quite all right.
So Ronnie, let's tell me, you played with him. You performed with him. Tell me about B.B. King.
I played a half an hour with him on stage in Jerusalem when he came to Israel in 98, something like that.
Tell me about the feeling to play with such a big legend and being with him on the same stage.
Well, I was like I was on another planet. It was just very surreal to me, but at the same time very relaxed, because he was such a gracious host and such a gracious gentleman. But I had known B.B. since I was 17 years old.
Tell me about this first encounter with his talent.
I used to tour the Chitlin circuit with a real big R&B artist when I was in 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. And we played a lot of shows with B.B. and we met backstage many times. And then I ran into him one night. We were both in the same club in Chicago watching George Benson play. And then I didn't see him for 30 years, and he came through here, and Yoav Kutner asked me to come and play on the radio and help interview him because of the English thing. And so he and I reconnected, and I had asked him back when I was 17 or 18 if I could sit in on one of his shows, and he said no, and he never forgot that. So before we left the radio station where we jammed together, he told me, bring your guitar to the show tomorrow night.
What do you remember from him? What do you remember from his personality?
That he was the most magnanimous, generous, warm-hearted, spiritually developed gentleman that I've ever met, period.
So, Ronnie, you know, I will ask you, why do you think his daughters think that he was poisoned? I
think it's just a total crock of shit, if you'll forgive my French.
We forgive it.
You should know is the older you get, the more you realize when people die, the vultures come out, and the vultures are also family. It gets really nasty. It just broke my heart to see a person of such musical and human royalty, you know, being surrounded by this disgusting yellow journalistic crap at the end of his life. I believe he deserves better, and that's all I have to say on the matter.
You know, I'm trying to think what makes legends like B.B. King, like, for example, Michael Jackson, to end up with big scandals. This is what I don't understand, to end up with this yellow publications, journalists who are looking for dirt.
Well, you can't compare B.B. to Michael. B.B. was 89 years old and suffering from type 2 diabetes extremely. It wasn't like he was 50 years old and just died out of the blue.
Yeah, this is exactly what they didn't
well,
let him die.
Well, I mean, to answer your question, frankly, money. It's the one-word answer to your question.
Yes.
Money.
I think that
and I know from my own personal experience in my own family, other people's families, when, you know, a really successful businessman told me something once. When the dollar enters the room, everything else goes out the other door.
Yes, definitely is.
Everything. Family, love, respect, loyalty, trust. They want the money. And that's it.
They want the money. Maybe we can write a song about it.
Because BB's will hasn't been read yet, so nobody knows what the arrangements are. They're all just grabbing, you know, they're all vultures.
Yeah.
What can I tell you?
Maybe we can write maybe you can write a song about it, a blues song, a good blues song about it. Ronnie Peterson, thank you very, very much for this.